Hey y'all, so this is our first recording. Kim is starting this YouTube channel and it's called Kim's
Kim's
Corner.
Corner.
Hey.
Hey y'all. It's your girl Kim. I am here tonight with a special guest, my mother, Miss Tracy.
She calling me a special guest, really.
Special guest. You are a special guest. This is business. You are a special guest.
Mm-hmm.
So, as you know, today is Valentine's Day. So first of all, happy Valentine's Day, everyone. To all the single people and coupled up people, happy Valentine's Day. So that goes off to start up with our topic. What does Valentine's Day mean to you? To me, Valentine's Day means it should be celebrated all 365 days. It should not be only celebrated for 24 hours. Because if you're going to be with a person all 365 days, you should appreciate them and show love and affection to them every day. What do you think, Mom?
Well, first of all, I need you to relax. I need you to unfold your hands. I need you to...
I'm just asking, Mom.
You're kind of nervous and this is like a formal interview and I need you to relax a little bit. Relax. Like you're talking to me at the kitchen table, like we always do. Have a regular conversation during dinner or whatever, during our little meal or whatever we're doing. So relax a little bit. But let me reiterate a little bit. Kim's starting this YouTube channel and she wants to kind of let the world know, let the world have some insight into her brain. So she's gonna be having these discussions, all kind of discussions, and people can join in. Sometimes there'll be open discussions, sometimes they'll just be her and her special guest, or her and her Kim's Corner. She'll have her people talking and we'll be conversing about whatever topic we are talking about that day. And she wants to be a motivating factor in people's lives. So, needless to say, the purpose of this whole thing is not only to share with the world some of her and how she feels, but to motivate and to spark interest in people's minds and hearts and souls and kind of push them forward toward whatever it is that they want to do.
Despite what they're going through at the present moment.
Right. So, it's Valentine's Day, and I said so a lot of times. But, it's kind of one of those fill-in words. This is going to have to make me think so that I can use the Queen's English and find the proper words to put in place of so. And you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? All of those little things.
You feel me?
Right, you heard me. But we're starting this first one on Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day, for me, I remember celebrating with my mom because she always did little things for my brothers and I. Pardon me. We would come home. We lived in a building that my parents owned, her and my daddy owned. So we were on the second floor. Katrina and Chantel were on the, we were on the second floor. Katrina and Chantel and their parents were on the first floor. And Gabriel and Mikael and his daddy lived in the basement. And for Valentine's Day, Mommy used to bake us fresh cookies. We would come home most Valentine's Days, whatever, however you say that. And we would be met with little plates of cookies, chocolate chip cookies, or white macadamia nut cookies that my mother would bake for all the kids in the building. And Mom would always give us a special treat every Valentine's Day. So Valentine's Day for me was always very special because my father would buy my mother roses. He would buy her a card. You know, I would see those little things that would show displays of affection on this particular day. Now, in my house, my parents always showed us love. We knew that we were loved. You know, our family loved us. Not only my parents, but my grandparents, my aunts, my uncles, my cousins. We were always together. We were always shown love, and we were cherished in our family. So Valentine's Day was kind of like the icing on the cake, if you will. The older we got, things changed. We got boyfriends and, girlfriends, and then they started doing stuff for us, and we started doing stuff for them, and, it kind of flourished into something different. Fast forward, excuse me, now I'm married. I've been married for 10 years. Been in the relationship for 12 years. And Valentine's Day, I like to see people, in love and getting, happy and getting the little gifts and getting their
teddy bears and roses,
little presents and stuff like that.
I love it too.
I like to see it, but what I have noticed since the onset of social media,
Me too. I've seen it plenty of times every day,
is that social media has definitely put a spin on Valentine's Day. Because now people are showing everything. They are
putting everything out there.
Putting everything on social media. Whereas it used to be very private, and you didn't know what was going on with people.
You didn't know what anybody had, received, given, any of that. Everything was kept to people, to themselves.
Right. So now, everybody's showing everything. So you get a gift from your man.
Or your girlfriend. Or
you posting it, and you're like, "Ooh, my hubby is the greatest person in the whole wide world." And, "Ooh, my wife is the greatest." And all this stuff. But
is it really genuine? Or is it just for show? Honestly.
I've seen people fight like cats and dogs. I've seen people do really bogus and awful things to one another, and then turn around
and all lovey-dovey.
Oh, I love her. She's the greatest thing. And we just had a conversation yesterday about how much you hate her.
Right.
Or you could be in the middle of some ugly, stinking battle, but then you turn around and it's like, oh my God, he's wonderful. My Mr. Wonderful.
Or my Mrs. Wonderful.
Oh, but wait a minute. Didn't you all just have a scene? Didn't you all just have a fight that the whole world witnessed?
Or a disagreement?
And now today, this person is the greatest person in the whole wide world. Social media has been allowed to taint
people's views.
And Valentine's Day is one of those days that's been tainted by social media. Valentine's Day has always been a very fun holiday. Yep. And people fall in and out of love all the time, right?
365 days a year, 24 hours a day.
They fall in and out of love, and I understand that you're not going to like somebody all the time, or you're not going to even be in love with somebody all the time, because feelings change, right? But when you talk about being in a relationship and airing your dirty laundry out on social media, and then turning around and having this big grandiose post, I'm in love and I'm, every other day you got a boyfriend, and then this day you don't have a boyfriend, and today you're doing this, and then tomorrow you can't stand this person, and all of these changes that people see you go through on social media. And for what?
For no reason.
No reason at all. So does Valentine's Day really have that much of a significance to most people? Or is it just something for them to show and something for them to do on Facebook?
Or Snapchat, or Instagram, or Twitter.
I think people truly just need something to do. They need something to do. So when Kim decided to do this YouTube channel, I thought it was a really good idea. Her birthday just passed on February 10th, and she had a family get together on Sunday. And the conversation that we had that day would have been perfect to put on her YouTube channel, because we talked about a myriad of things. We talked about a lot of things. We talked about Tyler Perry. We talked about the importance of Black people sharing the significant things that they do in their lives. We talked about Kobe Bryant and what his legacy means to the world. We talked about people in their relationships. We talked about a whole lot of things. And I think it's really important that when you have a platform, no matter what kind of platform it is, when you have a platform, it's important for you to use that platform and do something positive with it. You don't owe anybody anything.
You don't have to share anything with anyone. You don't have to tell anybody what your moves are, and vice versa. They don't have to tell you what their moves are and what they're doing, because it's nobody's business. Now, you may have those few people that you are really close to that you say, hey girl, look, or what's up, ma'am? Check this out. I'm doing this, or I'm doing that. You may have those few little people that you keep in your circle really close to you that you want to share stuff with. Even family. But not everyone has to know your business. Because either A, they could use it against you. B, they can really support you with it. And that's it. So you have to be careful what you share with others. And keep people in the dark. Which is okay. Because 9 times out of 10, it does work. Keeping everyone in the dark about what you're doing does work, because nobody will know what you're doing until you share it or you put it out there.
What I was getting ready to say was, when you have a platform, it's important to use that platform for the good. So it's not about keeping your business to yourself. It's not about keeping secrets and all that other kind of stuff. What it's about is, when you feel, or when you see the need, use what you have to elevate, motivate, and educate people. People need to see something positive, especially with everything that's going on in the world. People need to have some positivity in their lives.
I agree.
So, getting back to Valentine's Day, Valentine's Day, I think we should have did some research on Valentine's Day. How it was started and why it was started.
For sure.
And then tied it into what it means to us and what social media has done to kind of take away the significance
Of Valentine's Day.
of Valentine's Day. I don't like Valentine's Day as much for personal reasons. I know why it's important and how important it used to be to me. But it's not as important to me anymore because I show love and I make a constant effort to show love to the people who I love every day. I was talking to my aunt today and I was sharing with her how yesterday when I was on the phone with my niece, my second oldest niece, it reminded me of when I was a little girl and how I used to be so excited to converse with my auntie. So I would see her pretty much every weekend. I would, be at her house, or we would be at church, or we would be at a family gathering. I was pretty much around her regularly, the first 20 years of my life, meaning like I would see her like 3 times a week, because we lived in the same neighborhood all the time, with the exception of a few times. And I was telling her how important those times were that her and I used to have. So when I call and talk to her now, or when she calls to talk to me now, it's always, always, always very significant because we have those special moments. Because she's my auntie, and I was her only niece for the first. Oh my goodness. I think the niece that's under me she could be my daughter. It's my uncle's daughter. So I think she should be 28 because my little cousins will be turning 30 in 2 weeks. So I think Tiffany, my uncle's oldest daughter, is between 27 and 30. Yeah. So I was the oldest and only niece for about 16 or 17 years. About 17 years before my uncle's daughter came. So my auntie, it was just me and my auntie because I was my auntie's brother's, oldest brother's first child, and I was the only girl. And her and I had we still do have a very, very strong relationship. Very strong relationship. I am truly. She's not going to tell them other nieces, them other Goldman girls. She ain't going to tell them that, but I'm her favorite. I know it, y'all. I am. I'm her favorite. She is not going to admit that to anybody.
Nobody really admits who their
I know,
favorite
but
is.
I was hers. It was just me with her for the first 16, 17 years. And then here come my uncle having girls. And then he had a slew of girls. All them little Goldman girls after me. I was the baby girl and for the longest. And her only baby. And she got 2 daughters, but that ain't the same. Them her daughters. I'm her niece. I'm her big A girl. So, we were talking about that today. But that ties into Valentine's Day. Because Valentine's Day really is about showing love.
And appreciation.
For the people who you love. Right?
Yeah.
So, You know, I used to buy him chocolates.
I loved it.
I used to buy cards and stuff like that. But I got to the point where I'm like, you know what? I don't have to do all of that.
But also it should be reciprocated.
But I don't have to do all of that on Valentine's Day. Because I do stuff for you every single day.
You do. You do.
You know, we always have our moments. We always
bickering or
no, bickering is not me showing love. I'm talking about those things that I do to show love.
Yeah.
You know, like doing your laundry. Or
yeah,
Mom, I want some. Or when I come home with a treat, like him, I bought you some animal crackers. She'd be like, ah!
Thanks, Mom.
You know, she don't say thanks, Mom. She say thanks, good. She calls me good.
Or sis.
Or sis. You know, or just those little genuine things, you know, those little things that we do on a regular basis to show somebody, you know, I'm thinking about you. Like, you know, when I was sick, my baby was making tea for me. And she was Googling different remedies.
Home remedies.
And like, you know, let me...
I was determined to make her feel better.
And that...
Before my birthday. Before my birthday. I was determined to make sure my mom felt better and was okay.
And those little things are displays of love, you know, affection. I want you to be okay, you know. So it is, Valentine's Day is cool.
Yeah.
But what do you do every day? You know, and do you have to shout it to the rooftops for the world to see that this is what you're doing every day? Or are you kind of living your life in a manner that shows you love it every day? Right. You know, we know that folks are gonna get mad. We know that folks are gonna cuss. We know that folks are gonna argue, fuss, and fight. We understand that. That's inevitable stuff. But at the end of the day, are you letting the people you know, you love, know every chance that you get that you love them? Right. Are you doing that? Or are you just shouting it to the rooftops on Valentine's Day?
This 24-hour day.
Is it a 24-hour thing for you?
Right.
Or is it a 365-day thing for you? You know? You should try to make it a 365-day thing.
Yeah.
You know, every day, every chance you get, show somebody that you care about them. And even those people that you don't love or you don't care about, but be human with them. Mm-hmm. Be human.
Be yourself.
Be respectful of them if you can. Mm-hmm. You know, nobody's perfect. Nobody's claiming that it's always going to be easy to do these things, or that every time, or you're always going to be in love, or you're always going to be in the mood. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? To be loving, because you're not. Right. You know, because bad things happen, situations happen that change the course of your feelings, or change the direction of your affections, or whatever. Things change. At any given moment, a situation changes, and that changes your mood, it changes your thoughts, and you may not be the most loving person in the world. You might be an asshole at that particular time. Mm-hmm. So I said all that to say, every chance, every opportunity that you get, when you feel good, show somebody some love. Yeah. You know, don't wait until it's Valentine's Day to start showing some love and talking about love and shouting out to the rooftops, oh my God, he's great. Oh my gosh, she's wonderful. She should have been that way, or he should have been that way prior to Valentine's Day. Yeah. You know? So, that's just my 2 cents.
I agree, completely agree with everything you said. Honestly, I am on the bandwagon with everything that you said. Nobody is perfect at all.
I know.
There is no such thing as a perfect person. But there are a million ways to be a good person.
Yep.
So.
Yep. A million ways to be a good person. There's a million ways to show some love and show compassion and not just let Valentine's Day be
that one day.
A one day thing, you know?
Right.
So. You good?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was really good. That was yes.
Yes, sis,
yes. Sis, yes.
So, this is our first run.
Yes.
So we're gonna be doing, different
Plenty
mukbangs and talking.
Or just videos where we're just talking.
I need Kim to relax a little bit.
I am relaxed.
She's trying to be regular. I mean, she can't be regular. I'm just like, be regular.
I am regular.
Yeah, look,
carefree.
She's a little nervous. So I'm trying to help her to relax a little bit. But, a lot of times when you're not used to speaking in front of people, or you are kind of nervous about the things that you say, or if you're in front of a camera, you don't know how to present. And it's not an easy thing. It's not easy to speak in front of a camera. It's not easy to watch yourself on a video and all those other kind of things. So it just takes some practice. But the great thing... And confidence. The great thing about YouTube and all this other kind of stuff...
It puts people out there. It promotes. I 100% agree with YouTube being one of the top things to promote people's business, who people are, and hint, you too. You.
Yeah, I don't... It doesn't really matter. Whatever social platform there is, whatever, just do it, you know? I do Facebook Live and I do videos all the time. Always have. And I've never been afraid to do those things. I just talk.
Yeah.
I just talk and I just share a little bit. I don't know anything. I'm just giving my opinion.
Yeah.
Just saying what's on my mind, whether I'm happy, whether I'm sad, whether I'm excited, whether I'm anxious, whether I'm, angry, whatever. I just share my thoughts. And people chime in or they don't. Right. And that's exactly what I told Kim. So just get up here and talk. It's people talking every day.
Yeah.
Get up here and talk. Share. Give information. Spread some love.
Right.
Give some information. And don't worry about anything else.
No.
Just do what you want to do. Somebody's going to listen. Somebody's going to watch.
Or who knows? Maybe somebody actually needs this talk.
Yeah.
Because they can't talk to anybody else or nobody is listening. So this is all positive talk. Positive vibes only.
That's it. That's all. All right. So, mukbang number 1.
Thank you for tuning in.
Kim's Corner.
Kim's Corner.
Episode 1.
Episode 1.
Take 1.
Take 1.
Holla.
Holler.